Pip here. So just another quick video. So being passionate about you, or what happens if you can't find your passion also? Well, I hope this video today will give you some answers to that. So I remember shooting a video many years ago, and in that video I said that I had just come off a call with somebody who I was quite close to, and I'd been a bit upset because their message I felt was, I don't believe in you. And you might have had this experience too. And I was at a point in life where I was really trying to find my passion. I was really at a place of exploration, and really I could have done with some encouragement. And it got me to a point in this relationship where I said, literally, I don't want to talk about this topic. It's making you upset. It's making me upset. I don't want to talk about this. And what I learned from that conversation is that actually what I really wanted to be more passionate about was about me, my life. Okay. Now, I'd always been looking outside for where my passion was. I was looking, for going, is it in music? Is it in a subject that I studied in school? Is it in, typing? Is it in making food? Is it in, talking to people? Is it in, I was looking outside for that, that passion, that experience. It was in a certain type of job or a certain area of industry. And I have tried so many jobs in my life. And as I say, what I realised from the conversation is I wanted to be passionate about me. Now, what do I mean by that? Not in a self-centred way, but I wanted to start thinking inside. I wanted to be excited about my life. I wanted to be excited about the things that I was good at. I wanted to be excited about just myself. I wanted to get up and feel like I actually wanted to jump out of bed and be, happy to be alive, to be passionate about just about life itself, not about anything specific, not about dogs or about, I don't know, the job that I was currently in, or about, music, although that is many people's passions, or about, being able to cook a certain type of food or whatever. It was just about being passionate about just being passionate about just being alive and in life. And I realised that if I focused on just that in itself, on the kind of the journey of life, the exploration of life, that actually things would follow from there. So if you're looking externally and you're not finding it, or you're kind of just trying different clubs and things like that, and you're not finding it, or maybe you're a young person and you had this weird expectation that you meant to go to uni and go to nightclubs and mix in bars and all this kind of rubbish, quite frankly, because not one size fits all, then don't worry about it. Just be passionate about you. Be passionate about you. And in order for you to do that, you've got to know who you are. So it's okay to spend a little bit of time before. It doesn't matter what age you are. I don't, believe nowadays that there's any certain point that any of us are meant to be in any point of our lives. Our lives take such a different path. You might be single and still, I don't know, exploring things in life, whereas your best friend might have been married for 20 years with 3 children and a stable job. So everybody's path is different, and that's okay. But start waking up and being passionate about you. Look at all the amazing stuff you've done and all the stuff you've got to give. And if you can't remember the stuff you've done, start writing it down. Anything that you've ever done in your life. I actually have a book, and in the back of it I have written, when I'm kind of in a better frame of mind, or a thinking frame of mind at least, all the things that I have written that I'm actually like, do you know what, that's pretty cool that I've achieved that in my life. And it's okay for you to be passionate about, as I say, just living. You don't have to have a passion all the time. I think sometimes we put on so much expectation of ourselves in life to be brilliant in this and brilliant in that, brilliant in the other. And sometimes when you're in a space of exploration, do you know what? You don't know. You haven't got it figured out all yet. And it's okay to not know the answers. And do you know what? We'll come across different seasons in our life. We hit a point in our life continuously where we don't know the answer. And you don't have to have it figured all out. If somebody knew every single thing that they were going to do before they left planet Earth, then that must be actually quite, I wouldn't enjoy it, put it that way. That would be way too much in my head. And I just think don't be afraid to try different things. And, you know, I'm one of those people, I, you know, try lots of weird little things, and sometimes they stick and sometimes they don't. Sometimes I want to explore them further, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I enjoy things for a while and then I don't enjoy them anymore, because life takes on different paths, and sometimes you go into things, you go through things, and you go out of things, okay? So that is all right. So just know it's okay to be passionate about you, to be passionate about not knowing your path, and just passionate about just trying new things every day and being a work in progress. I mean, I'm a work in progress as well, guys. I hope that the day I stop learning is the day that I clock off planet Earth. So I'm in no rush, put it that way. And you shouldn't be either. So don't you worry too much now. Try and get some rest, and don't feel you have to compete with everybody. If you're in a situation where everybody's got a career or whatever and you don't know, then that's all right, because you've still got doors open that they might not, and you don't know how they might feel about that. They might be thinking, gosh, I wish I was in that place where I could just go out and explore life. You know, everything just comes with pros and cons. So don't assume someone else is better than you. Don't assume that everyone knows exactly what they were doing. Adults are making up a lot of the times. I used to think when I was a kid that adults knew what they were doing. Guess what? I've become an adult, and guess what? Most people don't know what they're doing. Now, there are a lot of other videos on this channel about trying to at least plan your life, at least trying to give yourself a direction, because if you don't know your direction, you can't give yourself a roadmap. And a lot of it is about working backwards, or reverse engineering as it's commonly called, and of course the law of attraction, which is the easiest, fastest way to get what you want. Because if you're doing something you don't really want, or you're going in the direction that you think you should go in but actually isn't suited to you, who you truly are, then believe me, it causes a lot of problems. And for a long time in my life I didn't know who I was, and believe me, I felt the struggle. Okay, so I hope that video helps anyway, and please feel free to explore these other videos in the channel. But remember, number one passion is you. You are awesome, okay? So you take care. Bye now.